What's up, man?
What's going on?
Oh, nothing. You know what I mean? I'm glad I
Another
finally.
day, ain't it?
Yeah, you at home got the kids, don't you?
Yeah. Yeah, Jordan's out of town this week, so I've been on baby duty. It's been a
Mm.
full-time job.
Yeah, daddy daycare.
Don't realize how much work goes into it until you left to do it by yourself.
I'm telling you, I. You got a house full of them too.
Well, I only got Renly this week,
Oh,
so
okay.
yeah, but
Well, hell, you ain't. It
she's
ain't even
right.
that bad. I thought you were over there
Oh
struggling.
no, dog. She's like playing with three.
Yeah, I bet. I understand that
Yeah.
one. I understand that. That's how Major is too.
She's their wild child. So
Yeah,
if you can handle her, you can handle the boys.
yeah, yeah. I got Tyler Scissom on the phone tonight. We're doing a remote interview. And ladies and gentlemen, I have successfully figured out how to do it. Tyler's only been waiting over there, a little over an hour for me to get this going.
Yeah, I thought it was pretty good. I thought he had all the bells and whistles.
Yeah.
To this podcasting thing now. He looks good on the outside, but
yeah.
Got a few more puzzles to
Turmoil.
figure out. But
that's what it is. That's what it is. I'd have had it ready. I thought I had. You said I'm gonna jump in the shower. I said, oh yeah, all right. What happened was everything was good, and I went to connect my camera to the laptop, and I couldn't find it. It wouldn't connect. It's always something. It's always something. It's what it's going to be. It's always something.
I'd say it's pretty tough.
Tyler, I had no idea what went into just having a simple video of me talking to somebody where it sounded, where you could understand me and hear me and see me. There's so much that goes into it.
Yeah, I'm sure there's a whole lot more to it than someone like me sees it. I just click the play button on Facebook or YouTube, wherever I see it at. So
yeah, that's what I did.
But you're doing good at it. I mean, I think once you post something, I think it looks good. I'm sure there's some struggles that I don't get to see.
Oh,
but
yeah.
I think you're doing a pretty good job with it.
I appreciate it. I really do. I really do, man. I asked my sister.
You'll get it all down pat.
Oh yeah. Once that's what I told Chris and them. I'm about out of the mud. I'm checking up. It's still wet though. It's still soggy, but I'm out on that sidewalk. I get on that pavement. Oh baby, I'm gonna start rolling.
Yeah, you'll be good.
Oh yeah.
Doing good.
So my buddy Tyler, he lives over towards Manchester, and he's a good one. He is a good one. I'm gonna tell y'all what. This man right here.
Appreciate that.
He's teaching me about bows. Because I am not an archer. I am not an archer. Tyler is. Tyler's an archer. I'm a killer. Tyler keep me out there though. I'll tell you what. Man, he keep me out there in the woods.
That's where it started for me. Now I do enjoy.
I wasn't saying you ain't a killer. I'm just saying you're an archer and I'm not an archer.
That's what I'm saying. I'm somebody that enjoys. I can take my bow outside and just by myself and just enjoy my evening and shoot my bow. I've always been like that. And that's probably why I just enjoy it.
Yeah, well, I enjoy that too, but
I don't just pull mine out, a week or two before season and throw stuff together and go deer hunting.
Yeah. Well,
but that's no shame to anybody that does,
Well, no. I'm just.
But I do enjoy it, and I enjoy helping people like you. That's kind of how I initially met you.
Yep, that's right.
Just
through Chris Duke. Y'all seen Chris Duco? I had him. Chris introduced me and Tyler. Something happened. I can't remember what it was. I can't remember what the first thing I was that needed to be done, but I needed something done on bow, and I needed it done quick. And Tyler, he helped people. He don't have a bow shop or nothing like that, but he has a press, and if you got something wrong, need done quick or whatever, you can get over there. He'll help a buddy out. And I'm telling you, he's come in clutch for me several times. Yeah,
that's kind of
because your bow shops get loaded down. They can't. They can't get you in and out.
Some people think
Go ahead.
I didn't hear what you were saying there, but yeah, like I said, I don't have a full shop. I don't have a shop or anything. I've got everything pretty much a shop does. Anything revolving a bow, I can do it in my garage. But kind of like Eric said, if you need, I don't mind to help someone if I got time. I kind of put too much on myself as it is, but
you do.
I try to help people when I can,
Yeah,
try to
you
make
do.
Things make sense to somebody, whether it be just outside shooting, don't think it's doing what it's supposed to or whatever, you know,
Yeah.
then
Well, you
just
talk.
ask away. I'll try to help you if I can. You know.
Yeah,
What I mean?
and you do. And like I said, man, like just the clutch stuff, like a bow shop, they can't get you in and get you out quick. They're just loaded down. And
Yeah, and that's probably, well, you say get them in and get you in, get you out quick, and that's no shame to.
well,
I'm
that's
sure they
compared.
got all kinds of stuff going on.
Yeah.
I've got multiple buddies that run shops, so I understand the ins and outs of running a shop. I'm sure it's hectic, and you can't break down everything and make everything make sense to somebody. You know, obviously the guy at the shop, he probably don't know your knowledge with it anyway, so he might be wasting his breath. So
Yeah, that's right.
but there is a lot of guys that they're starting to pick up on a lot of things they're seeing on YouTube and social medias, and they're trying stuff at their house, and I guess going down some rabbit holes, and some of it makes sense, some of it don't.
Yeah.
And then I guess that's where I get asked a bunch of questions, but
Yeah.
not just that. Some shops, or not just say shops, but some people will completely mess up your setup.
Oh, absolutely.
Whether it's been in a rush.
And the shooter won't ever know it. He won't ever know it.
Yeah, that's a lot of what I get is someone at home. Of course, everybody thinks they're a pro, in the backyard or whatever. But
Yeah,
not
Levi
just
Morgan.
saying that, but like, a lot of these people, like I said, they're picking up knowledge on social medias and YouTubes, and so I think more people's getting out and enjoying it more than just that week before season type thing.
Yeah.
And then some things that just don't add up, don't make sense, or they're just curious if their stuff is, like it should be.
Yeah.
Because, a lot of equipment costs a lot of money nowadays.
Oh, man. Everything.
You're looking at a Bear bow. You just bought one last year. You're looking at $1,400-$1,500 just for the naked bow itself.
Yeah. Everything's high.
And then you can spend that on accessories easy.
Absolutely. I'm 2 months behind on 2 gallons of milk that I had to finance last week. They calling me today trying to get the payment. I ignore. Yeah. I can't get them back right now. I got to buy another thing of milk. I'm hitting every damn cash loan place there is around here to get groceries.
That's right. Yeah, 100%. I agree.
I'm running out of loans. I'm running out of places to get loans.
Yeah, if you get on a website and you can't do that Affirm account, baby, you might as well keep shopping.
Boy, that Affirm.
What?
That's nice.
You know what I'm talking about.
Oh, I know what you're talking about.
Probably get like that, 0% interest or whatever it is.
Yeah. Yeah, because I'm telling you,
want to buy that right then and right there. Yeah, it makes it a little easier.
Yeah, because you want
that option.
You want it.
Use it, but I got the option.
You want it right now. And if I can click that, I click check out or buy now right there, and all I got to pay is $33 tonight. Shit.
Yeah,
oh yeah.
That's a better deal. That'd keep the old lady off your butt.
That's right.
Technically, I didn't spend $700. I'm just spent $30 today.
That's right. And
it's just gonna be a revolving.
Absolutely.
We're gonna get there. We'll get to the finish line.
And I still got $70 to take her and Major to the Mexican place.
Yeah, see there, it's a win-win the way I look at it.
Win-win. I'm
no
telling
shame,
you,
brother. You keep doing it.
That's right, and I'm going to
until they say nope, you're capped off. That's your limit.
And I'm going to.
Yeah.
They'll buy that whole saddle set up for Major. I'm a firm.
Oh yeah, you gonna put him in the saddle?
Yeah, I think.
Yeah.
Yep, I feel way more.
I guess they got them for kids. I guess. I'm sure. Different. I'm sure they'll fit kids.
So yeah, well, I think Major fit good in a small. Hell, he might even fit the regular size by the time season runs back around. He's a big old boy, and
you make it work.
Well, yeah, and they had a cheap one on Temu, and I'm not going.
Oh God, not the Temu saddle.
Hey,
hope Daddy's up above it.
I am not going to put that kid in a tree in that Temu saddle. I'm not going to do that.
Yeah.
But I did buy it so he can put it on, and out here in the yard, I'll be able to show him how it ties up and some stuff like that. Just how to use it.
Basics.
Yeah, just how to use it. And,
yeah, that's a lot of. Like I said, even myself, I know you're big into it. I've had buddies. I actually still got a buddy of mine's saddle. It's too big for me, but I can make it work when I need it for something. But I'm gonna get me.
You gonna get one this couple? You gonna get one this year, ain't you?
Back and forth with it. What's that?
You gonna get one this year, ain't you?
Yeah, like I said, I've had one. It's a buddy of mine. He don't really hunt a whole lot anymore.
Yeah.
So hell, he might not even know I still have it. But
yeah.
But I break it out every now and then. Like I said, I hunt a lot of private, or one private piece, I should say. Not a lot of. I need a lot of private, but
yeah. We're gonna talk about that too.
I got a lot of presets and stuff. So but there's always like you say, a lot. there's a time and place for all of them. I mean,
Absolutely.
presets, even a ladder stand. I mean, if you're gonna sit there and tell me that you don't enjoy going to a killing ridge or whatever, climbing up a ladder or preset lock on, that's what I grew up hunting is lock ons.
12-foot ladder
Mainly because I
stand.
can hang them by myself.
Yep.
But 100%, dude. When you start running a gun and during the season,
Yeah.
they're good.
Oh,
I mean,
absolutely.
like I said, I've played with them, and I had a Lone Wolf custom gear stand, so kind
I
of
rub it in.
being mobile, without
Yeah.
having to drag a summon out or something like
Yeah.
that.
Yeah.
There's definitely times and places for all that stuff. They're nice.
There is.
But a lot of people, even me, like I guess hanging the sticks and having a system is my biggest thing that I hate.
Yeah, because you got to have one.
Like
you got to have one.
Yeah, like I said, 100%. And this year, like I said, I sold the Lone Wolf custom gear. It is a light packable lock on.
You had that 1.0, right? The 1.0.
Yeah, I had the 0.75.
0.75.
I really liked it, and then I was like, well, no, the 1.0 ain't much bigger.
Yeah.
So I elected to get that one, and I liked it. But time you do the sticks, I got some beef sticks. If I was going to keep that Lone Wolf's, I'd had their whole system.
Oh,
so
man.
It packs together. It probably wouldn't have been that bad then.
It's nice.
But no more than I have to run and gun like that. I think a saddle would probably, when I'm actually using it and going into the woods and packing all that stuff in, I still think for, a few sits a year or whatever I may be doing, I think I would enjoy it.
It's going to help you where you're hunting at, and that's what I want to get into here. Up in that mountain, when they start rutting, and you need to make them bang, bang, bang moves right there. That's when it's going to help you. But early season, you get them sun guns set up. In the summertime, you go ahead and get them presets set up. That's what you're going to hunt most of the time, and that's going to be fine. Yeah. And then when the rut, you get on that deer, and
I would say, even being private, public, whatever. I've hunted some public. I haven't hunted a lot because I haven't really had to, but I plan to. I would like to get more time to do that. But obviously, like I said, the private will kind of spoil you.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, if you got a good spot, it will. If you got one, it will.
But like going the preset, like if I was to go hunt a brand new piece of private tomorrow, I wouldn't go in I wouldn't go in just hanging sets. Me personally, the piece I've been hunting, I've hunted that for several years. So there's areas where I know I need to be at this time of the year, and so I've got presets in those areas.
Yeah.
But year to year, man, you can miss it by, if you're bow hunting. I don't just bow hunt. I love bow hunting. That's what I mainly like to do. I've let a couple good ones get away from me because I elected to keep the bow in my hand.
I know that feeling.
Presets ain't, like I said, I can hang a stand here, and if I'm over here, like assuming this gap in the mountain or old logging road or bench, whatever I'm hunting around or whatever, it's like, this is where I expect them to come. And it's like every deer I see is coming down here where typically, they never used that last year.
Right.
Whether it be me not doing my homework or, whatever it may be.
Well, you didn't know 2 months ago that when that storm came through in the springtime, that three big white oaks fell 20 yards back over that you can't see. Now they're coming around instead of coming through that part right there. You know what I mean?
It's lit. And that's where that.
Yeah, it's that little stuff. You don't know it. You got to get in there and see it.
Props to the guys, like you said. I mean, I know you do it a whole lot. I've got buddies that do it. But some of these guys that, like I like watching the YouTube guys, man. Some of these guys really get after it. And, I've done it, but to do that every time you go to hunt, hanging and banging and just moving, like, man, that's respect to those guys. Well, it takes a lot.
It does. And I mean, I do it. But I have presets. Now, I have presets too. Yeah. I do hunt out of my saddle.
I got buddies they'll just go hang sticks.
Yeah.
And just more, some cheap sticks.
Yeah.
And just hang them.
Yeah.
That way during season, they've got something that they just take their saddle.
Yeah.
Or small lock on or whatever it might, just like your saddle platforms.
Yeah.
And, carry that in your saddle. That ain't nothing.
No, that's my favorite stand.
That's a good idea.
My favorite stand I hunted out of last year was an old Summit ultralight lock on. And I left it in the tree. It was a big three fork tree, had 3 big trunks off of it. And I hung that lock on right in the middle with the big 30-inch hawk sticks, the long ones, got 3 steps on them. Because I'm not toting them around every time, but I hung that down in that bottom, and I left it all year. I left it, and but I hunted out of my saddle. I did it a hybrid way. You know what I mean? I'd climb up in there, and I could I was standing in the saddle this way. It was, it was connected like normal, but I tied my tether off in front of me on that trunk. But if I wanted to, I could unhook that tether, hook up to my strap behind me, my regular, gear strap, or with the tether, whichever one I wanted, and I could sit in that lock on like normal.
Yeah.
And I love that stand. And I had my bow
So
hangers
that's the
in
way
there.
I looked at it, man. I was like, I'm not somebody that just wants to stand up. Even my lock-ons, I'm not going to sit there and stand up. Me personally, I'd rather shoot sitting down in my lock-on than I would to be standing up. Now, I've done it both ways. I've shot them off my knees on the platform,
Well, that's the good thing about that saddle. You're standing, but you're sitting. You know what I mean?
That's what I'm saying. There's a lot of ways. To me, like I said, I didn't have a full, system in play before I went. I need to be here. I'm going to take all this. I'm going to go hunt it. I'll figure it out when I get there.
Yeah.
So I would get annoyed and aggravated with it, but it was my own fault. And I was always questionable of shooting my bow out of it because I didn't ever practice out of it and stuff like that. That's something I plan to do this summer.
Well, you shoot enough. It ain't going to be.
Well, it's no thing. I do feel well rounded with my equipment and all that stuff, but to me, like when I bought the Lone Wolf cut, the lock on there, I was so used to hunting out of lock-ons. They don't scare me, being on a little platform or anything like that. So
yeah.
And like I said, I would rather sit down and shoot.
Yeah.
Because I feel like I'm more,
right.
steady and all that stuff.
Yeah.
For a saddle, in my mind, it's like I don't know if I would love shooting out of it, but I have done it, and I have actually shot a doe out of a saddle.
Yeah.
And it really wasn't bad,
Yeah.
Like I said, it just takes doing it.
Yeah.
And trusting it,
I feel
to see for yourself.
I mean, me personally, which I've did it countless times, but I feel more stable out of it. I feel that
I've heard that,
yeah.
like guys, like my brother, he don't like a lock on, and I was after a deer this year for him, and
scoot to your right just a little bit, Tyler. Scoot that way just a tad. I got half of your face in the screen. There you go, right there. You're good right there.
Well, it looks like you got all of me on my screen.
Yeah, you're good right there.
But I understand some people just don't like lock-ons. They gonna rail around you. But like I said, I wear a harness. That makes me feel better. But like I think he might even get him a saddle this year because you just feel like you're connected all the time.
You are.
So I think there's some good things with a saddle. And if, like I said, if I want to go hunt if I go hunt down a ladder stand, you can wear your harness.
Yeah.
I mean, your saddle or whatever. Hook it up a little different. I ain't gonna say it's probably. You ain't gonna go nowhere.
Yeah.
Be mindful of how you got it set up and your tether and all that stuff, and you'd be good.
Yeah, you're right, and that's what I love about it.
I was going to buy me one this year. I waited too long, but I was going to, instead of buying, I kind of bought a minimalist saddle.
Yeah.
I mean, not a saddle, but a harness.
Yeah.
Kind of like I don't even know the one I got. It was a real popular one. A lot of people that does the lock-on stuff.
A harness, like a hunter safety system harness or something like that.
Yeah, but it's kind of like a rock climbing one. You know what I'm saying? It's, I wish I could. I don't even remember the name of it.
I remember the first one I had. It was called a Spider. That was the first one I had. I think I was 12, 13 years old.
This one didn't connect from your back. Like this one connected kind of from your, it was a real minimalist deal, you know what I'm saying? But hunting out of a lock-on, I didn't really like it. I didn't.
I'm telling you, I look back now and I don't know. I remember being just, sketched out and just scared in that old Summit Viper. Well, how we used to.
A Summit.
Hey, Hub, know how we used to be. I didn't ever tie off. I didn't do anything like that back when I was a kid. No. And I was getting 20. Sometimes in the mountain where I didn't have to, when I had that bench behind me or stuff, I'd have to get damn near 40 foot so I wasn't eye level with them deer, and I'd do it. And the smallest little bit, because I didn't have the top tied to the bottom either. The smallest little damn turn or something, and you kick that damn thing sideways, it's going down. It's going to the bottom, and you going with it if you don't bear hug the tree. Right. And if you do get lucky and bear hug the tree, you ain't going to have a damn skin left on your body in the front. Your nipples are gone.
It's not going to be good.
Nipples are gone.
A lot of stupid stuff. In the heat of the moment, I got to be here. And I actually got stranded in a treetop.
Did you?
You're saying. Yeah, I went and hunted on a place me and my buddy had, and I had a big deer coming out of this gap. Now, like I said, Ellie was coming throughout the night. Like I said, it was going to be pure luck on killing him in the daylight from where I was at. But I was younger back then, and I hunted every second I could. And I went in there with the Summit one day. I climbed up there about 25 foot, 20 foot, and it got real windy, and hell, I was going to tough it. I figured a little rain showers going to come through. It's like October. You know, October, you start getting some of them cold fronts coming in and stuff and some bad weather.
If we're lucky.
Comes and goes, you know.
If we're lucky, we get that cold front in
October. I had that big deer on camera. I was like, man, this might be what I need. You know, I'm going to stick it in. Well, my mom texted me and actually said there was tornado warnings. And I was like, well, dang. So then I kind of got scared, and I was like, I need to get up out of here.
How old was you?
And I tried to get down. I tried to get down too fast, and it was my dad's old Summit. So I did have a cord rope tied from the top to the bottom.
Yeah.
But the damn thing was so dry rotted, it wasn't serving no purpose because the bottom had twisted on me. And I reached down with my foot, like tippy-toed, and kind of picked up on it, was going to drop it.
Yeah.
To re-catch the tree, you know, the bark.
Yeah.
And when I did that, she went on to the bottom.
Not all the way.
And so needless to say, I ended up having to pull my body weight up through the top of that summit. Luckily, I was little bitty, you know.
Yeah, that ain't happening today. You would have been.
No,
you would have been.
That saved me that day was my cell phone was still in my jacket, and I called my buddy, which he knew where I was at, and then he came out there with a rope and threw it up there to me so I could winch my daggum bottom back to me. But I've had a lot of close calls. I've done a lot of stupid stuff.
Yeah, I'm
hanging all them lock-ons up on the side of that mountain out there by myself with screwing steps with no harness on.
No tied, not tied in. I'm telling you. I look back at it.
Just bear hugging the tree with one hand and going up it, you know.
I look back at it and I'm just like, I just can't believe what I used to do. And I mean, that's why I love that saddle now, is because I am always tied off to that tree. It's either my tether, my lineman's belt, and I really like that. And that's what I'm going to have Major doing. In my opinion, it's the same. It don't seem like it, but it is definitely the safest way that you could be in a tree.
Tied off. So I mean, like I said, don't get me wrong. I think some people can mess up by having steps too far apart, or and if you were to fall out and you couldn't reach something, I get that.
Well, if you do fall out, it's user error. It's on you because you didn't pay attention or do something right. That if you're doing it right, you should always be tied off in two places at least. You know what I mean? And if you don't, it's because you wasn't paying attention.
That, you know, I've got which I bought.
We all have
this year that was a little bit user friendly that I hated my old ones, but I'm still bad about that. I get in a rush. I'm trying to get up it, you know, and I get to the top. Then I'll put my tether on or something like that, which, like you said, that's on me. If something were to happen, that was easily preventable.
That's
right.
What I'm
saying?
That's right.
But I'm sure 80% of the people does it like that, climbs up their steps, then ties off.
Yeah,
I've tried the lifelines and all that stuff, didn't like that.
Yeah, they think that, you know, it ain't going to happen. It ain't going to happen to you. But shit.
Yeah. I mean, I know guys that's broke their backs and everything else falling out, you know.
Yeah.
Falling out and, you know, ladders breaking, going up them or coming down them. Whatever happened.
I remember being a kid. I remember my uncle falling out of his tree stand. This was back in the early 90s. And I was at my grandma's house, and I remember somebody called my grandma, and I want to say it was a paramedic or a cop or something, but my uncle fell out of almost 30 foot, broke his back. Hey, he army crawled on his belly back to the truck, damn near 600 yards.
That's crazy.
Yeah, I'm telling you.
Yeah, you're lucky to be alive. Something like that. I've heard of stories like that. I don't want to be involved in it like that, man. That's
it's wild.
That would suck, you know. I mean, I got a kid now and stuff, so you know, you look at it. I look at things a little different, you know.
Yeah.
Anything can happen. Like I said, I hunt on the side of the mountain, like we was talking about. That's what I got to hunt, and you know, I go deep off on the side of the mountain. A lot of times I'm by myself.
Yeah. I always am, really.
Yeah, I mean, like I said, I mean, it just is what it is.
Yeah.
But at the end of the day, anything can happen.
Well, and that's
definitely falling out of a tree stand. From where I'm at in a rock bar, that ain't gonna be good.
Oh, I'll tell you, Tyler, that you know, up on that public land up Bear Hollow, that spot I have, if all the way around, it's a big holler, U-shaped holler out there on that side, and there's one access point from a guy's backyard. Other than that, all the way around it, you know, I think the shortest part of that bluff is probably 80 to 100 foot. Other than that, it's a bluff all the way around it. So there's no access down there except for that one little dip.
Get good cell phone service up there?
No. And then, no, not at all. So I got permission from that guy because nobody can get back there. There's nobody there. So it's a great spot. I got good deer on camera. But for me to get to that spot, and I did put a preset in there because I am not carrying, you know, anything in and out of there. All it is a platform. It's a platform and 4 sticks. Well, I took it down there, put it in. But for me to get there, I drive up the mountain, get in that guy's yard, walk to the back, and the initial drop off right there is about a 8-9 foot just down rocks. Get down through it.
Yeah.
I start walking. I go down 3 benches, but to get down those 3 benches is a gorge of just boulders. And and I get down through that 3 benches. It's a little under 300 yards to get down there from the top to my stand, but I feel like I walked 10 miles. And
South Mountain stuff, man, it ain't no joke.
But if something was to happen to me in there, I mean, I don't know what would happen. I mean, I really don't.
Oh yeah,
I really don't.
But, I mean, I've been out there by myself, man, and and I've flipped 4-wheelers. Luckily, I was able to get flip back over. But in the heat of the moment, you sit back and nothing bad come of it. It's like, man, I could have easily went south. You know what I mean?
Oh, absolutely. That's the first thing I wanted to get on though. Like subject wise, I want to talk about that mountain hunting, and it's really, I mean, it's hill country. Yeah. We've discussed it a little bit, and I'm an odds man. You know what I mean? And I think you are too. I hunt the odds. I want the best odds.
Yeah.
I
mean, like I said, man, some guys will sit here and like they know the book of it, and that's great. And some people are really slick, when it comes to, I'd say more so the woodsmanship side of things.
Yeah.
And just reading deer and making the right call at the right time and stuff like that.
Yep. I'm
kind of like you. I just, I'm going to sit down and break it down the best I can, what makes sense to me on my odds. And that's, what's helped me the most, even like this deer here you see, that deer was a 7.5-year-old deer. I've got pictures to back him up every year. I always say he's a 6.5, but I really feel like he was 7. I've got pictures to, that there's no denying it's him for 6 years. You know what I'm saying? And that is a true side of the mountain deer. Like there's no, there's no flat, there's no ag, nothing.
That deer ate. He lived on acorns and browse or whatever's up there his whole life. And they're small. Yeah. They are smaller.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Yeah. Like, I mean, I don't know what it looks like in the picture here, but I mean,
he looks good.
Was that a 4-year-old? Like, no.
Looks damn good. I mean, besides the velvet, and we're gonna talk about that in a little bit. We'll go ahead and knock that now. We're gonna go ahead and knock that now. Now I understand because I know Tyler. Well, Tyler, he's a velvet man.
I'm taking advantage of it every time.
Right. Because
deer on camera. Not I will say this. Now I'm not, like I said, I'm not going to come off as cocky because I'm not like that. I'm not going to sit here and act like I know the book, because like I said, what killed that deer is having years of history with this. I watch this deer every year, and he was always short-timed and stuff, so I never really elected to go after the deer.
Right.
But I knew him for so many years. When I lost him, when I wanted to kill that deer, I was actually after a big one.
Yeah.
And the year prior, I didn't even shoot a buck that year because it was the biggest deer I ever had an opportunity of chasing.
Yeah.
And I got close to that deer, but this deer would kind of, until that deer showed up, now then he kind of ran the roost. He pushed this deer off. And that deer I felt like was younger. I thought the one I was hunting, when I was hunting him, I thought he was 4 when this deer I was thinking was 5 or 6, what I mean? That other deer, he was probably 5. He was big. I mean, he was mid-50s all day.
Yeah.
Biggest deer I've had an opportunity to chase in the side of a mountain.
Yeah. That's big. That's big.
Well, like I said, he was a hoss. He later on got, he left my property as he started chasing all that stuff. But nonetheless, I knew this deer, and so when my neighbor shot that deer that I was after, we never could find him or whatever. But anyhow, going into the next year, I didn't really know of another deer that had the age or the rack that or just something that tripped my trigger. I'm not necessarily, I ain't killed a bunch of big deer like that deer. He's right at 140 as a clean 8. And then I've killed a couple of that size, but nothing no bigger.
Yeah.
But like I said, nonetheless, I want something 4-year-old and up and just make, trips my trigger.
Well,
something I enjoy to chase and try to beat him.
Right, but that's what I'm saying. When it comes to velvet, it goes to what your goal is, and if your goal is to kill the deer, it doesn't matter if it's velvet or hardhorn. But me,
and I understand where people hunting a velvet deer if he's on a pattern, putting out a salt lick, feed early season, before season comes in, whatever you got, a local water, like the deer I killed this year, he's just as big as this deer right here. I killed him in velvet, and that deer, he was hammering a local water source every night, every single night. And that's just what he did. He was easy to pattern. And I had 4 or 5 cameras on him all the time, but I had him between, running multiple cameras in this area.
Yeah.
It wasn't hard to see what this deer was doing. You could bank on him unless something screwed him up.
That's right.
So velvet is 100%. People can say what they want. It is 100% easier to kill a deer in a velvet.
Right.
Now, would I rather have a deer hardhorn? 100%.
Right.
I know you're like that. You don't care nothing about a velvet deer. I think if I hadn't killed a couple of them, I would still want to kill one, just in case they ever took it away. You don't have that opportunity anymore. Even when Tennessee didn't have it, I would have loved to went to Kentucky to have a chance at a velvet deer.
Yeah.
But after you kind of break the ice on that, it ain't, it's kind of miserable. You got ticks, you got mosquitoes, the heat, all that stuff comes into it. So it's not enjoyable. But if it's me having a chance at killing a deer or the neighbors, well, I'm gonna go sit in the heat, and I'll squash a mosquito or two. You know what I'm saying?
Absolutely.
But I get it, like I said. But I'm not gonna sit here and say, like this deer, I knew him enough, and then when I killed him, that was the deer that I was hunting that year, unless something else showed up. But he was already old enough, like I needed to try to kill this deer. Like I said, I do love bow hunting, but I would have gun hunted. It says I'm reconnecting.
You're good. You're good. You're okay. Good.
I didn't know if it was still working or not.
No, yeah, you're good.
But I killed that deer on the first set, and it was kind of by mistake, because I actually had a black bear come in.
Yeah, you had a black bear come in.
Yeah, dude, I hunted up on Montego Mountain. And
yeah.
I didn't see one last year, but the last 3 years prior, I had a lot of pictures of just like a couple weeks out of the year, man, they'd come in and my deer would vanish.
Yeah.
And I was getting this deer on a big salt lick, not every day, but every 3 days, I would say he was, he'd come in and hit it pretty good. But when that black bear showed up, like he vanished, I wasn't seeing nothing.
Yeah.
And I actually just kind of Hail Mary. I moved a camera having years of history with this deer on this same property. I went around the mountain off of an old logging road, and I put my camera on this kind of a draw coming up. It's like an old logging road that's grew up is what it is.
Yeah.
I mean, it comes off some benches from below, and they like to bed down there and work their way up throughout, late evening and come back down early morning. I went in, hung a stand, hung a camera, and lo and behold, the very next morning, he was the first deer on camera. And I was like, okay, he's off in this hole here. That's where he's bedding right now.
How far was you from opening day right then?
I hung that stand might have been on Thursday. It might have been during the week. I might have not killed
few days,
the very next day.
A few days, within a week of opening day.
No, it was the same week. Like I said,
right.
Let's say I hung it on a Thursday. I killed him on a Friday.
Right, yeah.
And I think that's how it played out, if best of my memory. But it was something like that. Like the next day or the next 2 days, I went in and hunted the deer.
So within the week.
Within 3 days span.
Yeah.
But like I said, you can sit there and feel like you got a deer down pat, and it just don't work out. And I'm not saying flatland's any easier.
Hell no, it's not. I struggle. On flatland. I think it's all luck.
I don't have a whole lot of experience with the flatland. I've hunted some deer on flatland and had some good deer on it.
Well, you at the AEDC, it's flat, and I'm telling you, I just can't find any type of. I don't see any rhyme or reason of why they do what they do. It's flat. Nothing.
They can be anywhere.
Yeah, nothing makes them go this way or that way, and they come. They run the edges. They run these tree lines, and nothing forces them to go left or right. It's just what they choose, and you have to be just lucky to be on the one that they choose. Have
the terrain features and stuff to kind of be like, well, that makes more sense right there.
Yeah, exactly. That's what I'm saying. And so it's hard for me. It's hard. It's bow hunting for bow hunting. It's hard.
Too. Like I said, I'm not going to sit there and say, well, I'm badass because I hunt inside a mountain. I kill a deer inside a mountain, because I know plenty of guys that killed big deer inside mountains.
Yeah.
At the end of the day, you gotta have a little luck. You know what I mean?
Yeah, but a lot more of it if you're hunting that flatlands. What I'm saying.
Oh yeah, I mean, I would agree to that. Like some people, I think you start talking to, you hunt the side mountain, so you think you're better than me, or like you talked about their.
Is that what they say?
Well, some people, like, I think they get it. Like you might be kind of shaming them because you're hunting's easier. I hunt on the side of the field in a flat.
Yeah.
I'm not, no, brother. If I could do that, I would shoot them there too.
Yeah.
I mean, I've hunted some flat land. And I'm like you, I had a good one on flat. And I was like, dude, I don't know what he's doing. There's no rhyme and reason of what he's doing
Right.
when he does it.
You ain't going, and then you're not going to figure it out.
The side, in the mountains, yeah, it's rougher physically on you.
Yeah.
But mentally, I grew up my whole life hunting it.
Yeah.
And then once you start understanding thermals and stuff like that,
yeah,
and just basic terrain features,
your confidence goes up when you're in there. It does
yeah,
mine
it don't take a whole lot to look at this, just kind of figure you out an area that you want to tackle.
Yeah.
Put you a few cameras out on these terrains, like gaps in the mountains. And it ain't rocket science. You know what I mean? Then you just got to worry about your thermals and, wind's going to do whatever
it wants
to do every 5 minutes.
Well, this is where I was going. So you led me back to where I was going with this. We get up there, we're going with odds now. You're going to find your terrain feature, all right? So, and I'm going to talk about a rut funnel. Say we're in the rut, all right? So we're in the rut funnel, which is a terrain feature. So we can talk that out. People it is a terrain feature, a rut. It's either a draw coming out of a saddle, something like that, big ditch, the head of a ditch. I'm in a rut funnel. What I'm going to do when I find it and I'm in that funnel, I'm going to find my trails, and then I'm going to try to find the other trail, and then I'm going to try to find as many, and I'm going to walk them. And this is going the rut. This is during the rut. And, I've did, probably some preseason scouting or postseason scouting the year before, so I know how they're running this side for the most part. And I'm going to find where those trails come the closest together. And I'm going to, I'm going to find a tree that's within 25 yards of where that point is. And I'm going to hunt it. 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 Even if I get busted, I'm probably still going to hunt that spot because it's the rut. And that's just what I'm going to do.
And like I said, you got to rely on that luck factor some.
Yep. And I think that's
probably more than anything.
Well, it's the odds factor on this one. I just feel like I've got three chances from three different places that's going to meet right here at this point. That's the one I want to take. Even if 150 yards this way, when I come in, I seen a place that was it looked good. It looked real good. Yeah. And I think but there's only
where a lot of people mess up.
Well, there's one faint trail running through there. One faint trail. Yeah. But I could probably have a better chance at killing a damn really good buck right there, maybe. But it's the rut. I'm going to go right here where there's three trails because does have been through here. He's probably going to come through here too at some point. So I'm going to hunt it.
Yeah.
Because I think I got better odds there.
It's like, you just got to put your time in. That's where, like I said, if you hunt a same area over and over and over time, you're going to pick that pattern up.
Yeah.
To where you get that confidence, like, hey, I know at this date, in this 1 week window, if the weather's, not even necessarily the weather, but I know I need to be in this area. Over the years, if there's a good deer here that I want to kill, I need to be here. There's some of that comes into it. That, I get asked sometimes, with some buddies that's getting into it, or, maybe just getting to hunting the side of the mountain for the first time, or, whatever it may be. And it's like, dude, I ain't no pro at it either. I've hunted it. I can tell you what I think would be your best case scenario, but boots on the ground and walking it out and stuff is your friend when it comes to all that stuff. And like, that's what I was getting to with that velvet deer. Yes, I did kill the deer in velvet, and 100% he was way more patternable. This deer was always pretty consistent on cameras. Like I said, we just never really wanted to kill him because he was always short time. But then he got to where he was plenty old enough. Like, we need to try to kill this deer.
That's mountain deer. Mountain deer like
that. Take advantage of the velvet. The what?
I said that's mountain deer. They wide and short timed. It seems like a lot.
Well, yeah. Well, at the end of the day, 130-inch deer. That's just your pretty typical mature deer in most parts.
You're right. 123 inches. I bet that's the average for a mature deer in southern Middle Tennessee.
I can't tell
3.5 years old.
I've killed a boo coup of 115, 120-inch deer.
I got them stacked to the ceiling in the garage.
What's that?
I said I've got them stacked to the ceiling in the garage.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, it's nuts. But like I said, it just, but the reality of it is, they ain't going to get bigger if we kill them.
No.
At two, that's a given, whatever. But I've watched so many deer, man, and I've got a boo coup of buddies. Same thing, a 4 or 5 year old deer, and some of them's doing good to hit 130. Some people don't realize that just a clean 8-pointer what 130 actually is.
Oh man, it's big.
Yeah,
I've got one, Tyler. I've got one.
Yeah,
it's right. Hold on.
I mean, the Velvet 8 I shot this year.
Oh, that killed me. Oh God.
solid deer.
Oh Lord, hold on. Oh no, oh no. I think I crushed. I felt her crushing it. This deer right here.
Yeah.
It's a clean 8 right here.
It's kind of hard for me to see on my screen.
Okay.
But yeah, that's a good deer. Solid.
Well,
deer.
when you watch it, you'll be able to see it. But this deer right here.
Yeah. Best I can tell, he looks like a good solid 8-pointer.
He is. I bet he's a 4-year-old. This deer right here is 130 inches and 7/8.
Yeah. Yeah, some people, man, they just get it.
That's the only one I've got. This next biggest deer I've got, I killed in Oklahoma this year, and that deer was 138 inches and 5/8. And I'm telling you,
I remember
and the
talking
difference.
about that deer when you did it. I remember you talking about that.
But that's the only one.
Yep.
And I've got.
And that's a solid deer, man. Like me personally, I'm not letting a 130-inch deer walk. And unless I got
all
some
these
bigger
deers,
ones, obviously.
All these deer right here, and now you can't see these. You can't. These other cameras probably can, but I'll tell you, low 120s. 117s, 118s. They don't look much smaller than this, but there's a difference, and it's it's in the beam length and in the mass that they're carrying. That deer from Oklahoma, the frame of that deer is probably maybe smaller than this a little bit, but he carries his mass all the way up.
He was a 10, wasn't he?
He's a 15. He had all that trash and that big blade and all that stuff.
More than 8, yeah.
Yep. I'm gonna put this back up.
So that helps a lot too. But a clean 8-pointer to go over 130, he's a pretty good deer. I mean, I got buddies right here at home that lets 130, 135 inch 8-pointer walk.
I mean, you're right. I'm not going to. I bow hunt. That's all I do.
Like you said, they got better places than we got.
That's right. They got a better spot.
Yeah.
But I haven't. Like I said,
they can afford to do that.
That's right. And the only deer I've killed, that's the only deer I've killed. It's 130. Besides that one this year, it's a 138. I'm not going to pass up 135 inch deer because I haven't. Now, when I kill it, okay.
Yeah, but I mean, like I said, I've killed a couple that's right there in that window, and I'm not done killing them yet.
This deer right here, I killed this.
Walk.
This is the one that I killed 2 years ago with my bow at 3 steps. Got him 3 steps from the tree. That's a good looking deer. He don't look. I mean, if anything, you would think just looking at this deer, you think that's that deer might score more than that, right? That deer right there.
Well, it's hard.
I know you can't really see it, but
it's blurry on. Yeah, but I can get the gist of it.
But I'm telling you,
big old eye guard on him, don't he?
Yeah, this deer is a lot. It's scary how much this deer is like that deer from Oklahoma I kill. They are a lot alike, and this deer right here is low 120s.
Got some character to that one.
Low 120s. Gross.
Oh yeah.
But this right here is this is what you get from your 3.5, some 4-year-olds here in southern Middle Tennessee.
Yeah, you gotta have good genes. You know, I think.
And when you break it,
age obviously gets them. But if they ain't got good genes, they ain't got good genes.
You got to have 3 things. You got to have genetics. You got to have age, and you got to have food. Yeah,
all that. Yeah, I'd say you're right. All of it kind of works together.
And when they all 3 come together,
you gotta get the age on them. And I know some people say 4. If they're bigger, they're ever going to be at 4. My opinion, as far as on properties I've hunted, and that's true on some deer, but I'd 100% say that's false. I mean, this deer was bigger than he ever was at 6 or 7. Now I would say he was a 9. He did lose 2 or 3 inches, but I think he made up for it with his mass.
Well, but you can say that on an individual deer. You just can't say that on all deer because it's not true.
What I'm saying. They're all different. Yeah, they're all different. As far as my deer on the side of the mountain goes, at least that place, I'm not going to sit there and say, I'm going to say I've never seen a 160-inch deer out of eight years I've hunted it, whatever.
Yeah.
That one, that was 150, but I believe he come from another place, kind of got pushed over onto me, and then he stayed.
Right.
But on average, my fully mature deer, 4 and 5, 6-year-old deer, 130-inch deer, but I'm just clean, typical 8-pointers for the majority of it.
Right. And that hurts. That hurts. If that deer ends up having G4s and he's a 10-pointer, that deer's going to start pushing them mid 140s instead of,
Oh yeah,
you know what I mean?
A good like if this deer was a mainframe 10,
Yeah.
he'd probably push 150, or if he had the master backing. But nonetheless, upper
Right.
40s for sure.
Absolutely.
Yeah,
he's going to look like that. He'll look a lot like that deer that spot I got up north. That first 10. He's low 140s. That's as basic as a 4-year-old 10-pointer that you can get. Mature 10-pointer. That's him.
You talking about the one that you showed me a picture of? Like I don't think you ever seen him, but you had a picture of him.
No, I was hunting. It was the first 10-pointer that I was hunting. I'm not going to say where it's at.
Yeah.
But you know where it's at. Up north of here. He was the first one, and then he got broke off. His whole right side got broke up.
Yeah.
Now that deer's low to mid 140s. He's a good looking 10, and I was hunting him, and then the big Tyson came through. Remember that bigger one? He was I didn't ever get him on trail camera. I got him on camera when I was hunting, but I didn't ever get a picture of him on my trail camera. But that deer.
I'm going to say, guys, anybody watching this, it wouldn't surprise me if your boy don't knock a 150 down anytime. It really a 160 with the amount of length that those deer's got. It's nuts.
Yeah, because I mean,
like I said, I know several buddies not in that area because that's just a different atmosphere.
There's a different subspecies of deer running right there. It is.
Yeah, I don't know if it's the gene pool or what it is. I guess that's a big part of it. But I've got buddies down here with some big farms that's highly managed for a long time, and their little 3-year-old deer, they ain't got no length like that. I mean, they got some good solid bucks, but those ones you showed me this
2-year-olds.
Deer stage, man, those things were impressive.
2-year-olds, they looked like
if they didn't, some of them deer, like I was say, look like 2-year-olds.
If they didn't have
frame 10s, that would probably be 125.
If they didn't have, if they didn't have antlers on their head, you looked at the body, you'd think they were yearlings.
Yeah, but they got
and
I was impressed.
And they've got 130 inch of antler on their head. It's crazy.
Yeah.
And then and then you go to what's
surprised.
Oh yeah, I'm telling you. Well, when Tyson came through, and you seen it in that video when he turned his head, I bet he's got 26, 27 inch main beams running out there, mainframe 10, and then
photo I seen of him.
And he's probably 24 inches wide.
Yeah.
When he turned his head,
put some mass on, you ain't stopping that.
Well, he had it. They went down.
Well, that's what I'm saying. Best I can see on that photo. Like,
well, you could,
I knew it was a solid deer, but
right.
He's only going. He ain't like he was a 9-year-old deer. I don't think he was that old.
I don't think so. I didn't. I seen him from my binos, but when he turned, I seen his whole right side.
So you did see that deer in person.
No, I seen. Yeah. That's the only time I seen him. And when he turned his head, his whole right side.
Yeah, that's right, because it wasn't a trail camera photo you showed me. It was actually a photo.
It was it was on camera. Yeah.
Yeah.
And he turned that right side. I had him he was like 55 yards. He was on that top logging road, and it was almost dark, and he started coming down, it got dark on me, and I didn't ever get a shot at him. But
yeah.
Whenever he started walking, he turned his head, and all I seen, it's that type of antler where his tines come down and they didn't go to the main beam. They just swooped. He had, you know what I mean? They were just swooping.
Yeah.
Just a
freaking.
A good
time to been a rifle hunter, wouldn't it?
Yeah. Yeah. And I would have had him. He would have been a dead deer if I was hunting with a rifle. And Scotty looked at it, him and his daddy, and his yard dog. That's Scotty's dad. He don't give you much credit for what you got going on out there and everything.
Yeah.
He showed him that video. Boy, his eyes got big. He said, "Where's that at?" My hunting spot's over. He goes, "That deer's big, boy." Scott. When I seen him, I called Scotty. I said, "Scotty, I got a 150 running." I am 100% confident in saying that deer's 150 inches. And Scotty said,
in the upper 40s. There's no way around.
He said, "You're crazy." He said, "That deer right there." He said, "That deer is 100% going to hit 60." He said, "That deer's in the 60s, 100%." Talking about Tyson, and he could be right. Like I said, how big he looked and the detail I could see from the footage I had at, uphill, damn near dark.
Yeah.
And you could see when you could see each G1, G2, G3 turn and that long main beam and him walking, that deer's pretty damn big. He's pretty damn big. But
it takes a lot to hit that 60 number, but
it does. It does.
It's a big deer.
But they do it. They do it in that area, and that's what's That's what's good. But I've got realistic
like I said, all them
goals.
deer you showed me this, all them young bucks you showed me, all them deer's got potential to hit
Yeah.
that, in my opinion.
You're right. They do.
If they stay healthy and all that stuff, they were too little to have that much rack on them. You know what I mean?
Yep. And
that's your 160s in the making.
I've got realistic
if you
goals.
don't cut them down at 142.
You're right. And you're right.
That'd be your hard part. That'd be the hard part up there.
Well, we've got it worked out. I'll kill one deer there a year is all I can do. And but I have plans for it, and I'm disciplined in a spot like that right there.
That messes you up on it.
Yeah, I do too.
If you get a couple years out of that, you'll be in good shape.
Yep, you're right. But the thing is, I've got I set realistic goals I set goals for myself all the time. That's every day, but they are realistic. And Tyson is not on my hit list because I only seen that deer one time. I missed the rut there. I didn't get to start hunting it. I missed it by about a week and a half. And until
you might have caught him when he could potentially live there, and you might have caught him when he was left.
You're right. But the thing is, and going into this summer and in the next fall, as we'll be out there supplemental feeding and all that stuff. If he starts showing up, if I'm getting him there, I'll put him on a list, and he could be, that he'll be the deer I'm hunting. But until then, Diaz, which is
whack him on that velvet hunt, be done with that.
I don't want to kill that deer in velvet. No, sir.
I hope the neighbor shoots him. I hope I get to say, Eric, I told you, you might not love the velvet, but at least he's on your tailgate right now.
Well, you're right, but I'll tell you what, I just don't.
It's not to say the velvet's 100% in the bag, but if you got a good pattern on a deer, from feed to bed, it is a good time to pattern one if you get in clean and all that.
You're absolutely right.
If you get in that first time and kill him, then you're good.
You're right.
Big one that I told you that I thought was in the 50s. I went in and hung a set, which it was miserably hot. I would not say that you better have a set ready and it's already there. Like some of your stuff real light now, it might be a little different, but I carried a lock on and some sticks, and I walked in my boxers, had my stuff in my backpack. By the time I got everything hung, man, I was literally sick at my stomach. I was so hot. It was not ideal, but I wanted to kill this deer, and I thought that was I didn't know the deer enough to know if he would stay on my property. I knew as October rolled around, he would leave because that's what he did the year prior. I only had 2 years of history with the deer, and that's what he did the year before. So I did not want to play that late game with that deer. Like I didn't want to wait till gun season.
Yeah.
Like I thought if I had a chance at killing him, it was going to be bow.
Yeah. Well,
obviously the velvet being my best opportunity.
I am lucky at this place because I don't think a neighbor is a problem. So that's good. That's good. And it just ain't going to do nothing for me to kill that deer in velvet. I don't.
Yeah.
That's just me though.
That's against it. I get it.
That's just me though. I just don't want that. And it is what it is. But as of right now, Diaz is going to be my target deer at that place right now. And like I said, he was that 10-pointer. That deer was low mid 140s last year. Probably good 4.5, 5-year-old deer last year, I'd say. Probably 4, I think. But he's my number one until Tyson is showing up, giving me reason to think that I can get him.
There's no damn once could show up there. I can see a spot like that deer come and go so much.
You're right. You're right.
You know, we're going there one morning and kill a deer. You never seen him be a moose.
You are,
know what I mean?
You are absolutely right.
That area.
You are absolutely right. And I mean, really, I am getting ahead of myself saying that's what's going to be on my list. I shouldn't even be making. I shouldn't even be making a list until damn August or something next year.
I enjoy that part.
That's my favorite part. You're exactly right. That's my favorite. Yeah. That is my favorite part. That's my favorite part because.
And then when you do get lucky enough to actually make it work and it all comes together and you get to kill them, you ain't gonna beat that feeling.
You can't, and that's what got me. I think, going from rifle hunting all my life, growing up and everything, and then finally, hunting with a bow and killing a deer first of all with a bow, and then I got that feeling, man, it was awesome. It was great.
Yeah.
But that's not what got me addicted to it, to where that's what I got to do. It was when I found the deer that I wanted. I played that game of chess for a couple months, and then finally, after he beat me 2 or 3 times, I figured it out, made a change, and then it worked, and I got him. That right there,
feel like it's
Tyler,
mission impossible. Like,
that right there.
If I bring a gun, I kill him. Like I'm not knocking gun hunters because, like I said, I will still bring a gun out and shoot a deer all day.
Yeah.
Well, but I would say across the board, like if you go in there on a deer that's doing the same thing, and I got a gun in my hands, I ain't got to get nowhere near close to that deer to booger him up potentially.
And you shouldn't.
I'm gonna hunt that deer on the outside, and when I see him, I'm gonna.
Yep.
You can miss with a gun as easy as you can with a bow, I guess.
Yeah,
but
I guess.
In reality, you probably you shouldn't.
Yeah.
But you could still mess up and have a boo boo there. But
but that right there is what got me, Tyler. I'm telling you that it wasn't. It was when I played that game with you and I beat him finally and got that.
Yeah.
It just it was like heroin, I guess, for me. Whatever that does to people that makes it where they're okay with ruining their life and everything for it. Yeah. That's what it did to me, and that's so. That I guess that's what I'm saying. I'm not. People are like, "Why don't you take his rifle and get him?" And that it's going to ruin it for me. I won't get that. Yeah. I won't get the feeling of the. I didn't achieve the goal that I set for myself. Or I
didn't feel like you cheated yourself.
I cheated myself. Exactly. I didn't earn it. It's what I'm going to feel like, and that I can't do that.
You can ask Duke on that one, man. He knows the deer that I was hunting. Not just him. I had several buddies like, "You're stupid."
Yeah.
Just take.
I hear that. I hear it.
And I would have done that. You know what I'm saying? Like, honestly, the neighbor beat me to it. He killed him, or he didn't kill him. He wounded him, whatever. But
yeah.
I'm sure he later on died. He took a power belt to the shoulder blade and I guess spine shocking. But nonetheless, like I said, I'm not sitting there saying I was going to bow hunt that deer all year.
Yeah.
I felt like I had a good chance in bow season because he lived on me. He didn't live over that. When I met the neighbor and got to talk, he never knew the deer existed until the deer showed up with does, dog, and does. And he just had he was in a better spot to see. He was in like a clear cut in a sense. So when the deer stepped in it, he was torched with a gun, gun hunter. But it's not to knock a gun hunter. I'll shoot them all day with a gun too. Like I said, I know I love the bow game. Yeah. But I know you're probably a little more die-hard about the bow game than I am.
Well, that's just what I gotta. It's what I gotta have to get that feeling. It is what you know what I mean.
And I get it. Like I said, I will bow hunt a good bit, and like that deer, I felt like I had the deer dead. I'm not gonna say that. Like I said, I don't want to come off cocky, but I had so many pictures of this deer in the daylight.
Yeah, you felt good about
it. Yeah, everything. Crossing road beds and coming up out of gaps. Like I had 13 cell cameras on this deer all the time.
Good Lord.
Like, and I had every camera pretty much I had in this whole section of the mountain. And if I would have him on 2 or 3 cameras per day.
Yeah.
But it was so hard to get to. Like if I could have had someone drive me in and drop me off, like that would probably been a world of difference. But
ideal.
You're still playing that close game. I laid eyes on him one evening in October, and getting back to the train features and stuff. I had 2 big funnels, big gaps coming out of these lower benches from below me. And I had cameras on them. I had big mock scrapes built on the heads of those ridges where those gaps would come up and meet.
Yeah.
And he would hit them.
Yeah.
He would hit them several times a week.
Yeah.
But I couldn't get down there to hunt him that close. Like I didn't think I could get past the thermals because he could come up on this side. He could come up on this side. And if I'm right there on the flat right there when he comes up, he's got me on either side.
It's going right to him.
Yeah, well, that's what I'm saying. Given that you're playing, it's either going to go this way or go this way.
Yep.
Where I could sit up here on this ridge up here, and I had a big gap shooting down a big main creek bed coming off this mountain.
Yep.
So I was like, if I get up high on this right here, if he were to come on that, come on this lower bench below me, maybe I get lucky in them few seconds and my thermal shoots over top of him.
Yeah.
Because I don't personally hunt off the wind. I will try to have the wind.
Yep.
I would rather have the wind in my favor getting to my stand and then hoping some luck goes in my favor.
Right.
In the midst of when that deer gets up on his feet.
That's mainly me too. That's mainly me too, because once I get to where I'm at, I'm already going to be, I'm so close to where I need to be on the X that the wind, it's either going to blow over them or I'm going to get busted. But my goal is I have to shoot that deer before he runs off. It's just what I got to do. Yeah, I've got to make the shot before he catches me.
Yeah, that's why I want to put myself to where I can lay eyes on the deer in the daylight. I don't want to be, for so long I would hunt, the pretty stuff.
Yeah.
And what you would find is after dark movement.
Right, because you were 10 minutes too, you You were 100 yards too far away, and if
I
you were
the easy stuff to where it was like easier for me to get in and it looked prettier.
Yep.
And you've seen all the sign on that stuff, but in reality, this deer ain't stupid. And
no,
I'm not to say you can't kill a deer like that. You know what I mean?
You needed to be 100 yards closer to the bedding area. You needed to be 100 yards closer to that bedding area to have that 5 minutes left of shooting light to get that deer. That's what you had to do.
Yeah, that's like I said, the deer getting on the big deer that I was after. You know, I played it. You know, I had my game put together, and I laid eyes on him. So to me, that's a victory. You know, obviously I didn't get to finish the game with him, and that sucked.
You found that deer dead? Is that the one you found dead?
Find it dead.
Somebody
I honestly didn't know the deer was shot until after the season.
Okay.
I hunted that deer all year long, and I just could not find him again.
Okay, all right.
And I was like, he's here somewhere, and I just don't.
I know you found.
I was like, well, maybe he's crossed. Maybe he's crossed the road, and
you found one dead this year. You were hunting though, right?
I wasn't really hunting him. I was trying to get my brother on him. And, well,
okay, all right.
Actually, I'd show it to you, but
yeah,
you know, good mainframe 8-pointer. He's a 4-year-old. I watched him. For
he was a good deer. He was a good
Jordan
deer.
Actually let the deer walk the year before. He walked right up under her tree stand, and he looked. I mean, he was a nice deer. I know a lot of buddies that would have shot that deer.
Yeah.
And I honestly felt like he was the same genes as this deer because he had the real wide eye guards.
Yeah.
And that was the only 2 deer on the property that looked like that.
Yeah.
So I would always call him the son of this deer.
The son of this
deer. I had
deer.
hopes for him when he got, 5, 6-year-old. I felt like, he'd been a decent deer, 130, 135 inch deer eventually.
Yeah, but just a bruiser.
Yeah, that's why. And even this year, I knew he was a 4-year-old at least because I had pictures of that.
Yeah.
And, I didn't personally want to shoot him, but I would have loved to took Rylan and let him shoot him. I tried to talk Jordan into it, but she's like, no, it's got to be out of a catalog for her to want to shoot him. But, yeah, she's acting like you just pick which one you want.
Yeah.
I'm like, you better take what you got. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But nonetheless, my brother, he's getting where he likes to hunt and stuff. And I was, I hung a ladder stand for him, and we hunted the deer a couple times, but I was a little bit late on him. When he hit this area, that goes back to just knowing the farm I was on or whatever. And I knew he hit this spot a good bit, and I had a camera in there, and I had the intel on him, but I didn't have a stand. And my brother, being new and stuff, I couldn't go in there and hang a lock on by myself, so I had to wait to get a ladder stand drug in there and have someone help me do it.
Oh God, that sounds like a nightmare.
At that point, yeah, it was a nightmare. Yeah, like I said, if I could have got in there sooner, because I've killed three of my bucks off this same ridge system,
right?
So I had confidence in the spot of where I put him.
Is that a rut? Is that a rut funnel right there? Is that a big rut funnel?
Yeah. It's a big main ridge that comes up. And there's a big. I don't know if you want to call it. It's almost like a giant ravine that runs straight down the mountain to the bottom.
It's like a big ditch,
down that all day
like a big ditch head, like a big ditch head. Then they'll cross up there at the top of it. Yeah.
Yeah, like if it wasn't so steep, I would almost say that's like a main rut funnel.
Okay.
But it's so hard for me to get to it without running everything off.
Yeah.
Like I'll hunt the top of it or the very bottom of it.
Right.
If we hunted the bottom, I had a big scrape tree on a beech tree down there all year long, and I built that back in August, or not August, it was before August. It was probably June, July. Because I actually went in there with a chainsaw and cut a trail out for me to even get in this bench.
Yeah.
And I actually told Chris, I said, the deer will die off this beech tree this year, which it didn't. But I did have that buck on that camera, and I was just trying to wait to where I thought it was time to strike on him down there. And we hunted him, and it was like we'd hunt today, he'd be there 2 days later, just missing him a little bit.
Yep.
And then I went up on the high side of the mountain, and like I said, I've killed 3 of my bucks over the years off this same spot. So I felt good about it. It's just a matter of getting him in there because, at the end of the day, you're only hunting 1 or 2 days of the week, on the weekend, and that's giving you get good weather and all that stuff.
Yeah.
But nonetheless, the deer was there. I hung the stand for him, and he just vanished. Was not getting no pictures. And then I actually had a buddy of mine. He's got a razor. I only had a fuller to access, and this one road is so rough. Like I was like, if you had your razor, I think we could get up that. And I want to get off in there and look around, like get me a little closer up in there. And we did. And I went there and hung a camera.
What time of the year? What time of the year was that?
It was early mid-November.
Okay, so right at the rut.
Yeah, it was. Well, yeah, because that deer was already starting to chase a little bit.
Well,
He was cruising, sure.
I know, you know how the mountain is over here, Key Springs and everything.
And
But what
honestly,
are they
Eric,
rutting?
it might have been more to that mid-November. Honestly, I'm trying to think.
Well, on that side
But
of the
it was,
mountain, are they not rutting till damn near February either, or do they kind of do
well,
how they do down here in the valley?
I had deer hammer scrapes in February. You know, just you could definitely tell they were still rutting. But I would say,
What were they
like,
chasing
if
or
I
hitting
had
them
2 weeks of
scrapes?
work, I'm taking off the first week of December.
Yeah.
You know,
Well,
if that
that's
kind
my
of gonna be out
yes.
there like on that, like out there where you are out there on that side of town. Like it's
Yeah.
gonna be kind of like that late. I don't really care about the November stuff. I mean,
Yeah, mine's not. I'm telling you, like mid-November and stuff. It's okay. It's good. I start seeing some bucks, but I'm not seeing bucks coming through until it was a week early this year, but I'll start seeing bucks, you know, kind of like really rutting like the 20th, going into Thanksgiving almost.
Yeah.
And then
yeah.
and then December the 10th through the 20th. That has been the week for my spots here. I mean, always. Yeah. I see I get more mature bucks. Yep. And I get those mature bucks that I haven't seen, you know, those new bucks, those like the mature ones. That's when I start getting them coming through. And then I'm always ready for them. I've got a deer that I'm hunting, but I know that I'm going to have a mature buck come through that I hadn't seen before. And it's just whether or not I want to shoot him or not.
Yeah. Mine is typically, I start losing my deer in the rut.
Yeah.
Like my neighbors must not have nothing on their stuff because they don't come to me.
Well, that's
why you know, I do try to, like, I learned that on that property. Like if I find one, I need to try to kill him.
Right.
Because when they start rutting, it never seems to fail on me. Like this year, I had 2 deer that I was personally wanting to shoot, but like a nice 10-pointer, he was just a 3-year-old, but a beautiful deer that I'd have cried if he killed him.
Yeah.
And we had him at 15 yards. He just couldn't see his reticle and his crossbow.
Yeah.
And then
that's tough.
A guy plumb across the interstate, 2 miles up on the other side of the mountain, killed him.
Oh, God.
Just how the game goes.
That's how it goes. That's how it goes. That's how it goes.
And that's kind of why I get back to like the velvet thing. Like, man, it's all kinds of what ifs in it. You know, it's do it for whatever you want, but I'm taking advantage of it. If I've got a deer patternable and he's there, I'm going.
Yeah. Yeah.
I don't care what he's got.
That's right. If that's your goal, if your goal is to kill that deer, you go get him. And you hunt with whatever you need to hunt with to get him. It's the exact opposite of bow. I've got to get on the X. If I'm hunting with a rifle, I'm doing the exact opposite. I'm going to get far away from that. Let's say that point where the 3 trails come as close together.
Some more variables in your
right. I'm gonna find that spot where those 3 trails come together, and then I'm going to get as far as I can from it that I can still see it. And that's the way I'm going to hunt it. You know what I mean? It's just opposite, but you've got to have a game plan for it. And a lot of people don't do that. A lot of people are going up there hoping. Sitting on the edge hoping.
That's probably what knocks a lot of guys out.
They're not hunting.
Smack about the bow stuff.
They're not hunting. They're hoping.
It ain't because they can't shoot a bow. I know a lot of guys that can shoot a bow really well.
Yeah.
And they'll go on guided hunts.
Yep.
And they take a damn crossbow.
Yeah. Yeah.
And they'll tell you straight up, I do that because when I see it, he's dead.
That's right.
Same thing with a gun.
Yeah.
It ain't that I can't shoot a bow good. It's I don't have confidence.
Right.
Of the distance where that animal's going to be at.
And they just want to kill the deer.
Like those guys, they're paying money to do it, so they don't want to lose the money.
Big money. Yeah. And they just
you're paying $4,000 a hunt, and if a deer's at 60, and it's like I can't do that with my compound.
Well, they're just wanting to kill the deer.
They shoot a deer at 60, huh?
They just want to kill the deer. That's their goal. They want to kill the deer and hang it on a wall. That's it. Yeah. They're not doing it for. It's different. You know what I mean? They want to kill the deer and hang it on the wall. But for me, it's like a purpose for me, and
see, a lot of
it's not like that for everybody, and I understand that.
Yeah, a lot of people's like, oh, you're retarded, why would, because it's about the kill, and I understand that, like, we all want to kill them, right?
Yeah.
But, like, to you, it's more so, I got a game I want to play.
Right. That's right.
And I want to eventually get that victory on that game, and if you don't, you done accepted that. You come up short because of the game you chose to play, but that's fun in itself,
But I'm accomplishing the rifle thing. I'm accomplishing it, too, at the same time. I could have killed Tyson this year if I was hunting with a rifle. I got that. I got that satisfaction. You know what I mean? I've got that.
That's why I look at it, even like the younger deer. It's like, I'm sure a lot of people are the same way. You shoot enough of them, it's just, let 115, 20th deer walk. And it's like, man, I've done that so much, like that's not what trips my trigger anymore.
That's right.
same with you you've shot plenty of deer with a gun, and it's just like, well, that just don't really do it for me. This is the challenge I want, and you know the meaning of that to yourself.
Yep.
When you get to that, it's gonna mean the world to you.
That's right, and it does it every time.
You can sit there and beat let's just say a 3-year-old 115-inch deer that you're like, man, I want to kill this deer.
I did it this year.
You go in there with a gun and whack him, pretty quick, and you go in there with a bow, and it might take you 2 years to kill him. But once you do kill him, you didn't know he wasn't a giant. He ain't no mega by no means, but I beat that deer.
I did it this year. I did it this year.
Yeah, that's
when I left Oklahoma.
It don't matter what's on its head.
That's right. I wanted to kill 2 bucks in 2 states in 2 days. That was my goal.
Like this.
And I did it this year. Major the other day, Major's like, you got all excited about that deer you killed, and it wasn't big at all. So I didn't get excited over how big the deer was. Yeah. You little. I was like, I got excited because I accomplished the goal that I set for myself. It was on my bucket list, and that's what I was excited for. And it was a respectable deer.
This year.
It was a respectable deer.
I felt like I couldn't pick out a 4-pointer and kill him.
Killing me, man. You're killing me. You got to be cutting me down all the time. He's tough.
Yeah.
Tried to tell me I don't know nothing about fishing. I said, I know some stuff, Major. You need to listen to your dad every now and then. Well, I know it ain't about fishing. I know how to Texas rig. I've caught fish before. But I
don't know nothing about no fish now.
I don't either. I
just go out there and, give me a worm in a creek bed, baby. And
that's right. I'll get that big, that big long lizard, a black one, and go out there and Texas rig, just drag it across the bottom. You give me that in a pond, I'm gonna catch him. I'm gonna catch him in a pond. But I don't know. He's hard on me. No, I tried to explain to him. It wasn't about the deer, how big the deer was. And it's not that. I mean, I want to kill. I want to kill a booner. Right. I want to kill a booner. I want to, but that's not what it's about. It's about accomplishing my goals that I'm setting. And that's what I got excited for. And that's what I got to do to stay excited.
The guy up north that grows up shooting 140s and 150s. Well, those same guys ain't shooting those deer anymore. They're shooting 170s. They're 180s.
Right. That's right.
You keep setting that standard. It ain't no wrong. You don't judge anybody. Like I said,
nope.
I school mount some deer for people, and a lot of people are like, what do you think? It's like you could now. Like I said, if you shoot a 100-inch deer, don't sit here and come at me with a sob story. Like if you respect the animal, then you shoot that animal.
Exactly right. I hate that. I cannot stand.
That's my only thing with it.
I can't stand to see that post on Facebook. Well, he's not the biggest, but blah blah blah. Or man, I wish.
Like at the end of the day,
or I thought he was another deer. I thought he was. I shot the wrong deer. I thought it. Tyler, it pisses me off so bad to hear that. I can't stand. Yeah, you did it. Accept it and own it.
About what he was.
Just own it. I mean, don't be like that. That's what people are talking about you for. It ain't because you shot that 6-pointer. It's because of you. The way you're talking.
We've all done it at some point.
Absolutely. Yes.
Wanting to kill a deer, but it's like at some point, brother, you just can't keep riding that excuse. Like, just say I like to kill stuff. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. I have no discipline. Just tell us. Yeah. We know it.
Yeah.
And if you will say it, we'll respect you.
Yeah, that's 100%.
Just say it. I mean, like I said, that deer I killed this year, I killed the deer in Oklahoma. I came back. I had every intent. I knew what he was. That deer was in the teens, and that's fine.
Yeah,
he's a 3-year-old. I shot him. I knew what I was doing, but it was my goal.
Yeah,
it wasn't to kill 2 deer in 2 states in 2 days that were 140 inches. It was to kill 2 bucks. And I did it. And he was a respectable buck, and I was excited about it. And ain't nobody going to cut me down about it.
It don't matter what the neighbor says.
Not even Major. He ain't going to cut me down about it. I ain't listening to it. I'm going to be excited about it, and I own what I do. You know what I mean?
That's right.
Grandma said it. That's right.
I agree 100%.
That's right. But it is what it is, man.
I get the Riley gives me a hard time. I get it.
Yeah.
You can't please everybody. Not even your own kid, dog.
I'm telling you. Absolutely. That's the main one I can't please. That was hard on me, man.
Well, that seems like Jordan, she gives me a hard time. Like,
yeah, she does.
Like my 8-pointer I shot this year, she's like, I watched that deer a lot last year, and I thought the deer was a 3-year-old last year, and I did try to take Riley. Me and Riley laid eyes on him, but I couldn't. He's a little guy, man. I got a tripod and all that stuff, and time I said him, Riley's over here on my shoulder asleep. I'm like, damn. I've been telling you all day, like you got, we're on the ground, like we're up close to
tough. Yeah.
But it's a kid at the end of the day. I'm just, it's sometimes it's better for him to be asleep. So we're not arguing about something stupid.
But Me and Major hunted on the ground with his crossbow when it was bow season. Like this was the first year.
Terrible.
Well, it was his first year. I really started teaching him to hunt instead of just taking him to hunt.
What was you, like a blind?
No, well, I made a blind. Yeah. They had cut some trees down, and treetops were still down and everything, and we just pushed up in there and made a little blind, and we hunted.
Well, that's probably better than an actual blind. Yeah,
it was a really good spot. I mean, but we're on the ground, and they're it's close quarters there, and they're coming in by us at 10 yards, and it was Major. I think Major got really frustrated because he was failing, but he wasn't failing. I said, Major, you don't this is hard. This is very hard, and I think he sees success that I have or something, and he thinks that that's the way it should be every time, and he hasn't seen a lot of my failures, which are too many to count, and he just doesn't understand how hard. I said, Major, this is very hard. And you are doing good at it. I'm telling you, you're 10 years old hunting on the ground. These deer these does are all around you, and you're getting shots at bucks that you want a shot, like actual bucks that that are there that you're wanting to shoot at. These ain't just random deer. You're doing very good, and
you're winning without realizing you're winning.
Yeah, and he thought that's what I told him. I said, I know you felt like you failed a lot this year, but you didn't. You learned a lot more than you think you did, and next year is going to be a big difference. And I got him in a tree stand for the first time this year, so he's ready for that. And either this coming year
that's what I'm getting ready for is Rylan. He killed his first deer with me when he was 4.
Yeah.
But there's a lot of challenges. Like there's a lot of obstacles with taking a kid, man, when they're that small. Like sitting on the ground, you can't get in a stand, and I don't really love the blinds, and stuff like that. Like
I hate them. God, I hate a blind.
That's me. Sometimes it's the best option for what you got.
Yeah. I hate it. God, I hate me.
Like I said, I bought Rylan a crossbow this year, and like I said, man, Rylan, since I'm not gonna say he's killed big deer, he's killed a decent 8-pointer, and he. So he's had some success as a kid, like way more than I had when I was a kid.
Yeah.
I put him in, but it's like he goes one time, shoots one. Yeah. The next time he goes, he shoots one. I don't care if it's a spike or what it is. He's got to pull the trigger and he was happy.
Right.
So that's a win. That's what we're trying to do is, but he loves it. So like this year, he had a tough year, man. We ran it. We was running and gunning a lot, after a couple deer, and it was coming up short. But like I said, back in October, we was with a crossbow, sitting on the blind, and he shoots a doe, clips her through the back straps, some bow hunting, some learning curves with the bow hunting, learning how to aim it, where to aim it, and all that stuff. And clipped her back. She runs off. He's cussing me out because I won't go find his deer right before dark. I'm like, we're not. That deer ain't gonna die, brother. Like I videoed up my phone, slowing it, slow motion. I was like, look, he's on my nerves at this point. I'm like, look, we're gonna sit here till dark because that deer ain't gonna die, which that's a learning moment for him. And it was a big one because we elected to stay sit. Well, he didn't elect to do nothing. I kind of forced him to stay sit. Like you just sit in the dirt and take you a nap or something. I'll wake you up when I'm ready to go.
That's right.
Well, that 10-pointer walks out and comes in and circles us. And time I got him situated, the deer kind of got spookish. He trots off. Well, he ends up coming back. And I told him, I said, you're going to have to shoot him at 30 yards.
Yeah.
But the crossbow got, it's got a battery illuminated reticle in it. We sighted the dang thing in, and that's it.
Yeah.
Turn it on, and he's like, it ain't lit up. I can't see it.
Oh, God.
The deer's 8. Well, he ended up coming in at like 18 or 15 yards.
Yeah.
I mean, he knew something was there.
Yeah.
And I was like, you got to pull the trigger. You got
to. What are you doing? What are you doing? I know it. I know.
Yeah, he literally looked at me and said, find the deer in the crosshair and then tell me when to pull the trigger.
Oh, I know it. Brother, I know it.
Yeah, I was like,
that happened to me too.
So bad for you, but
that ain't gonna work.
I'm not to say that I could have seen it because I knew what he was talking about, and I ended up looking through the scope and I'm like, I can't see nothing either.
Yeah.
But it's fun with them. It's fun with the kids, man. But it is very challenging.
I had the same thing happen with Major on the first deer he tried to shoot this year with the crossbow. He was like, something's wrong with the scope. I can't see something. He's like, it's weird something. I'm like, what are you talking about? I'm like, just put the crosshairs on the scope and shoot. I'm like, what are you doing? He's like, this don't look right. This is up, blah, 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 whatever. And we just argued, and then he didn't get a shot at the deer, whatever. But finally I looked at it and thank God he didn't shoot at it because when I looked through I guess that scope had got hit and the damn scope was turned all the way around. There was an X in the scope instead of crosshairs. And I was like, hell, you know.
Yeah, probably hit it anyways.
Yeah. So It
He's
is.
gonna be mad because
You know
you
how.
gave him a weapon that wasn't on.
Yeah, and you know how it is, man. I'm telling you, it's an argument 70% of the time during that hunt, and
Dude,
he's hard headed too.
You know, she'll tell me all the time he's just like me or whatever.
Yeah,
and I don't feel like that's true, but
yeah,
dude, when we go hunting, if I had a GoPro, me and him,
Yeah.
I could probably be famous.
yeah.
Because it's just like,
Well, that's
he's
what they
right,
said
I'm
about
wrong,
us
you know?
too. So I finally started putting
Oh, yeah.
cameras on it. So we're gonna see what happens. It's a
Yeah,
damn.
I need to do that. 'Cause me and Ryan, we've had some good moments, and we've had a lot of bad ones.
Yeah.
You know.
Oh yeah, we've had
It's,
some rough ones too. And I've looked back on them. I'm like, oh man, I
I
gotta
gotta
step.
myself for not having a video camera
Yeah.
or something, man. 'Cause I'm like, dude,
I've got to
like
step
looking
back.
at this stuff at one
And that's
day.
one thing I'm happy I did, because I got to see myself. I got to see his I'm like, oh man. I'm like, all right, I got to step back, and because I don't want to make him. I want him to want to go hunting and enjoy it and have fun when we're there. It shouldn't be a thing that's like work or something. And there were certain points, I think, because I was just really trying to get him a deer that I knew he wanted a deer, and it's not about that. It shouldn't be about that. And I could see I seen that when I watched it back. So I wanted to it was a good thing that I seen it, so I could step back and make sure that he wants to go and he's enjoying it and it's fun and it's not pressure or nothing, because I know me and you, I put a lot of pressure on myself to kill these deer, and I don't want him to be like that, and he shouldn't have to feel like that. Not yet, at least. If he wants to make that decision later on down the road and, hunt like I do or that's fine. But he's not going to get it from me. I want him just to enjoy it, and let's go out. If we don't get the deer, that's fine. If he messes up and misses every damn deer that he shoots at when he's with me, that's fine. I just want to be able to enjoy it and have fun. So going into the end of the year there, I stepped back and, just let him do it. And he did good. He killed him a few deer, and that was fine. So it was a lot better when I stepped back and I seen it. So I'm glad I did start videoing us, and because I got to see that, and I think it was good for me to see it.
Yeah. Yeah. You'll get to look back on him too. That's good.
Yeah.
That's yeah.
Yeah.
It's good stuff there.
How many,
I was going to say he had a pretty good year. Ended it in a good note. Me and Ryan didn't.
Yeah. He did. How many of those, how many of those turkey mounts do you got to do?
Oh, shoot. I still got some from last year, man.
You're stacked in a damn. You got a year and a half waiting list on these things. I don't know if these people have seen it.
I booked out a whole year.
Yeah,
man, for sure.
Well, I just wanted to make. I wanted people. I wanted some. I know you're going to start You're only going to start accepting so many each year, but I won't. If anybody's listening,
it's just if I did it full time, be a little different. I enjoy putting them together for people, but
yeah. Well, I just want to, if anybody's listening, they need to get on there and check, Tyler Scissom out on these turkey mounts, man, and look at them. If you're a turkey hunter, if you're a turkey hunter, man, these things look really good. So get on there and check those things out. And
it's the feather art people does.
Yeah.
Puts the fans and all that on the boards.
Tyler does a Euro mounts and all that stuff. He's really good at what he does. He honestly puts too much time into them. He had my Euro mounts for way too damn long. I said, just give them to me. He wanted to make them look like the cleanest damn white thing that they could be. And I said, Tyler, it can't get no more cleaner. I said, if you start getting this thing any more cleaner, the skull's just going to start flaking off. But he does a damn good job at it. Y'all need to get on there and check it out. Look at his stuff. And
I appreciate that.
But it's about my bedtime, Tyler. I appreciate you damn
talk all night, man.
I know we can. I know we could, but I'm gonna
we'll get back on here and go. We'll get back on like more in depth with something.
Yeah, absolutely. I
can sit here and talk on and on about different stuff. But
I think so. Scotty ain't here again. He had surgery, so these last couple of weeks.
Does this podcast
Scotty, he's the other host, but I've been soloing it these last couple of weeks because, like I said, his grandpa died and then he had surgery, so he's been going through it these last couple of weeks. So he's did some time. He's going to get everything took care of, and he'll be back on here. And maybe want to get some free time. Maybe come down there and hang out with y'all boys. And you're going to get you in here.
Get some topics together.
That's right.
Sit there and chit chat about them.
That's right.
And like I said, really, I know you want to talk about the bow stuff. So before bow season rolls in, we'll maybe we'll get together and set a bow up or something. And
Oh yeah, we're gonna
go
have
over some stuff to help people out or to be, look out for and stuff like that. We can go in
Yep.
more depth on some of that
absolutely.
stuff.
Yep. And whenever we do that, I'll that way I'll be able to put it out so people will know what's coming up on it and everything like that. I'm still with Scotty not being here and everything, it's just been a scramble doing everything on my own and just trying to work out a schedule, trying to
keep
yeah,
moving and
right. And
like I said,
with
I
work,
like listening to podcasts. I mean, it's something better than music to me.
Yeah.
You're working, driving.
Oh yeah, I enjoy them.
Fun. Like I said,
I really enjoy them, and I really enjoy doing this. And it's starting to take off rolling.
It's just like you call me all the time. We sit there and talk about the same stuff.
Yep.
It's just
Yep.
Whether you hit record, we probably talked about some really good stuff if you just recorded it.
Yep. Well, this ain't
Probably
the last time. This is just the first time that we've got you on here, and it's going to be a lot more. And there's a
text me. I'm sitting here,
yeah,
getting my daughter ready for bed, and it's like, just give me a minute. I'll walk in here. And
we'll
talk.
yeah, because I was going to talk about some other stuff tonight, and I was like, well, I've talked to Tyler about that. I was like, hey, I'm just going to call him, get him on here, and we can talk about it. But I'm going to.
Well, I know we just, it's easy to just keep jumping to the next thing, like I said.
Yeah.
So. Definitely with me because I can ramble about anything.
Yeah, well, the thing I'm on.
But we'll get back on here and we'll talk about some.
Oh yeah, I mean that for sure. I've got a select core group of guys that are going to be regularly on here, and you're in that group, like in Chris, but.
Yeah, me and when you drop down one night, we'll just sit here and chat.
Yeah, for sure.
That'd be good.
But I'm going to have a core group of guys, and everybody has to really start to getting to know them. And like I said, I'm trying to create that community for everybody to kind of know everybody and just be part of something together. And then when hunting season gets here, man, it's going to be really fun. It's going to be really fun.
Yeah, I think it's cool what you're doing. I mean, like I said, they're going to be people that just like knocks you for. Jealousy or whatever you want to call it.
Oh, yeah. Just trying to do something.
With something that you enjoy doing, you know what I mean?
Just trying to
let that get in your way.
Oh,
absolutely. Keep doing what you're doing. I think it's good.
Absolutely not. No, I'm just trying to, I'm doing it for the people that want to be.
You put too much pressure on yourself, you know what I mean?
Well, that's everything. Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
Yeah. I just trying to build something for everybody to be a part of. If they don't like it, they don't want to be part of it. They don't have to. But everybody had the opportunity to be part of it and have a good time. Because when hunting season comes, we're going to have a lot of fun having people in here telling all their stories and everything like that. And we're going to have that buck competition, have some under the table bets going on. And
well, whenever you kill that big daddy up there, I think we should just probably have like a tailgate party.
Oh yeah. Well,
you can record that and tell us all about it.
Well, that's one thing that's in the book too. We're going to have an event. Like I said, I don't know if I'm going to do it weekly or monthly. How I want to do it. I think it's going to be called. I'm going to call it the check-in station. We're going to go back old school and like I said, on a Saturday morning or something, we have the check-in station. You kill your deer, whatever, come through. We can go live and whatever, and people can tell their stories and all that. So that's what I want to do because they don't have the old check-in stations anymore, and I miss those. So we're going to try to do something like that.
When I was a kid back, I remember, honestly, well, he's in here somewhere. One of my deer, that was one of the deer in here is the last deer that I actually got to experience going to a gas station, which the lady actually didn't even know how to do it, but.
Yeah.
I got to see my dad and his buddies and stuff. Yeah. And I was like, man, I wish that more than anything that was the thing. So,
absolutely. So that's what I'm gonna try to. I'm gonna try to do something like that, and it'll be for the kids. That'll be good for the kids, these boys, the young boys, to be part of and see all of us having a good time.
Around like a juvenile time frame, man. If you have a group of kids,
that'll be real.
Take them hunting.
Yeah, that'd be a good time to do it. Have a competition for the kids, and then have that set up. It'd be called the check-in station. They can see all of us having a good time, and they can hear some stories about what we used to do. And that's just what I want. Yeah. I just want everybody to be part of it, have their kids part of it, and just have fun with it. I think it'll be a good thing, and it can also give some people that don't really have a lot of things to do, and they are big hunters. They can, it's going to give them a way to set a purpose or a goal for themselves during the hunting season next year, So it can make hunting season a little more for them. For the people that are a little bit burnt out on it, and just over it, kind of just maybe give them that little push. Well, hell, this be fun. Maybe light that fire again for them or something.
You gotta lighten up a little bit, man. It ain't all ain't all serious. Like even like the podcast, some people's going, what he think he knows everything. No, I don't.
Oh, no.
I literally that's like we could literally sit here and talk about this deer and the story on how I killed
Yeah.
him and what I did, and how it went together. That deer and so on and so forth.
Yep.
And like Chris pull up and talk about that deer. That's what I enjoy.
Yeah.
Like
Yep.
here in the park. Now I do like the tactics and stuff like that. And it's
Yep.
not to say, oh, he knows it. He's not a know-it-all. No, he's telling you what he did.
That's
and
right.
It actually worked.
That's right.
It ain't to say he's right in it or he's wrong.
That's
or
right.
whatever.
That's right. Because I guarantee
I'm
you.
sure some people look at it like that, but
Yeah.
I enjoy it. I'm if you don't like it,
don't listen.
click the next podcast.
That's right.
Find a subject that you do want to talk about, or
That's
listen.
right. Go listen to somebody else that thinks that they know everything.
yeah, that's what I'm saying. I think you're doing a good thing, man. I think I
Yeah.
like it.
Well, I appreciate it.
You
I appreciate it,
moving.
man.
Don't put too much stress on yourself.
I'm not. I just.
As long as I got time, I don't care to go on. We'll talk about whatever anytime.
Yep. Yeah.
I know you want to talk about the bow stuff. We'll get to that.
Yeah. Well, we want to do that because there's a lot of people can learn about that. And it's good for them. It's good to know it because, like, there's a lot of things I didn't understand. For example, like
that's what I'm saying.
with me having that short draw length and stuff, I didn't understand why I shot a lot slower than somebody with 33-inch draw length, and it made sense to me now. Which I mean, I knew.
You can't do this.
Well, it was because if my draw length of 27, and I've got a 30, let's say a 33-inch bow, okay, and my draw length of 27, that cam when you draw back, it's only going nearly a damn quarter way around, so it's not giving all the damn torque and speed that it needed. And when you explained that to me, I was like, oh, okay, that makes sense. So for me to get as much speed, the max speed out of a bow, I need to get a cam that's going to be pulling back close to my draw length, so it's going to give it the full effect.
Some bows and cam designs is a lot better than others.
Yes.
Some bows like you, and you're limited on that. So you might buy this brand bow with this cam design, and you're on the low end side of that. Then you're losing a lot of speed. Whereas like the bow you bought this year, you bought that one, and now you've gained a lot of performance because it's more set up, like it's designed for you.
Right.
Because like that's the good thing nowadays. There's so many nice bows.
Oh yeah, they're all great.
Arrows,
They're all great. It's just which one matches you.
Just because you're limited with your drop, like you can still have a awesome setup.
Right. That's why I'm going.
More than enough.
That's why I want to get to that RS, and because that's going to be right there at my draw length, and it feels so good. But I don't know. God, it's just I just want that Kodiak brown. Or
they probably ain't got a firm on that shit, do they?
I doubt it. I doubt it. But I seen you put them strings on. Tyler put my strings on for me.
I actually went and played with all the bows this past weekend.
Yeah. Well, Tyler put my strings on for me, and I got white and bronze. And God Almighty, Tyler, can you imagine what that white and bronze with that gold sight on that Kodiak brown? Oh God, it would look great. Oh, it'd look good.
I didn't shoot the 30 because that's not my thing.
What's the small? What is 30 the smallest axle they got in the arc? 30?
Yeah. Yeah. But what you should do is buy that new Z mod and put it on your bow. The Z mod is
on the bow I got right now on my lift.
Yeah. I mean, if you decide to keep that one, I would suggest you to buy that mod for $60, $50.
Yeah.
And put it on there. And I think you would enjoy your draw cycle 10-1.
Really?
And you're only losing, most guys I talk to, like 3 to 4 foot a second. I mean,
God, I can't afford to lose
5, 6, none of that stuff.
I can't afford to lose no more. I can't afford to lose no more feet per second. You seen that damn video of that deer I shot, but he was alert and everything was tough. And he was at 32. Yeah.
It's right.
32 yards. Yeah.
Yeah, they're going to get you. It doesn't matter. I mean, speed does help. I'm not a speed guy.
Yeah.
I want a certain speed. I want to be in a certain window, and I know you do.
I want it to be fast enough to kill him. But at the
end of the day, if they look up and see you or whatever, before the shot goes off, that's just part of bow hunting.
It is.
That's what some people hate.
That makes the difference. That's that difference. That's that difference in being an archer and a killer. And I'm a freaking killer, baby, because I killed him.
Yeah, can't argue that. It worked. It might not look the best going at it, but it worked.
Yep.
There's no arguing when it hits the ground.
Yeah. Hey, whenever we get off here, Tyler, don't exit out of this app, okay? Just keep let it sit there, and I think it should be given like a uploading type thing. Just make sure it uploads all the way, and that way it don't miss
I
that.
guess you're gonna do that.
Yeah, so just
I ain't gotta do nothing, right?
nope. Just whenever, like I said, whenever we get off, just leave your phone down like that right there, and you should see it. It should be like uploading complete 100% or something like that. Then once that happens, you can cut it off. It'd take like 30 seconds, something like that.
Oh, okay, cool.
It ain't no long thing. It won't take no more than like a minute. But yeah, I really appreciate you getting on here, Tyler. We'll
yeah, like I said,
we're gonna, like I said, you're in that core group of guys that we'll have on here regularly, and hopefully be one of these guys that whoever wants to be part of the community, can learn something from you, because I know they can learn something from you. I've learned a lot from you.
Everybody can learn something from somebody.
That's right.
You know what I mean?
That's right. You just got to have an open mind. But I know people can learn a lot from you, and you're a good guy, and you're a good teacher, and I appreciate what you've taught me about it. I've learned a lot from you about this bow, and that helps me out.
Well, like I said, we'll go in depth. We'll get some topics together, and that we actually don't sit there and ramble about a bunch of things. We'll break it down on some of the stuff. And
well, I don't know about if we won't ramble. Me and you we get to going, boy. We ramble.
We're gonna talk about a few things.
Yeah, we ramble.
We
get them rabbit holes, baby. We'll be going down rabbit holes. We go deep.
Finish the topic before we start.
We'll get out of one rabbit hole. It's like I turn, look, there's another rabbit hole, Tyler. Well, let's go. We just getting them rabbit holes. But I enjoy it. I enjoy it. It's fun.
Yeah.
All right, brother. Well, I'm going to get off here, man. You have you a good night. And when's Jordan coming back?
She'll be back in the morning.
Thank God. All right. Well, that sounds good, man. I'll holler at you tomorrow. We'll see you, brother.